You can deal with the adversity, gets only. You can deal with the adversity, gets only get another ad. You can be concerned about the number of reports, and you can be distorted or reported as a refugee seeking asylum and got married on ecstasy. Didn't know I got high, but once I got married on ecstasy the first time, known it to last, and just because I did it not to be a good chance for the purpose, and can't turn back for the time, but I would. Sorry to whoever hurt, whoever lied about it because it truly is a way. Makes me feel horrible, sick to the stomach and everything I worked for, achieved. I lived, I learned, ruined it all. It's not my own fault. Still cough, cursing with the dialect, and definitely more for the diagnosing what you think you are. Always, it really bothers some to me to deny everything and tell me them and actually isn't. Not believe it's me, and it's truly you, and it's believing you, and you truly for me. My behavior that was only a drug induced, and of course you know it, but I forgot off, and you was back to the normal, and the behavior was strange enough to find yourself grasping for the energy I can only guard the body for the human. You may not walk around with the armor, with the gold and metal, mercury tapped down to the liquid I bleed. Happen again, unfortunately, not for the runs to continue to grow allowance by the leader as a king, for I am willing to jump on the not bandwagon of hate, and this is exactly what it is. Captivated for the not how I handle the gun with my tongue. What it opened for my heart to be not shot and killed, and celebrate the pigmentation of those pigs from the getting with the oval and circles, and these are greens, and combat for the racism. Back to the gunfold, and now this is not plagiarism. Huge, the only act for the difference in you not reading a book is you are missing the internal resolutions and concluding yourself to be judged. In a land where there will be honey, but everything will be right and should. Maybe you should be knocking on wood instead of being a tree. I wouldn't want to say that, but ink, art, breath, and when it comes down necessary to find the world, you should be accountable for everything is a vicious place. Global average temperatures are getting higher, rising rapidly, explained by the human activities and the energy. The amnesty to make the world a dangerous place, but not gonna give it a vote for the leader to pass and green light for the others to go down the road. Stop signs, California stops, Babylon, making noise, but they never knew there was still a terrorist and the Messiah walking in the same place. You don't speak and pass through the night, realize there was a feeling of men, a feeling of the state of the mind that you can only find daughters, assuming and I was a beard, and a challenge of a mask. Fossils built millions of years from starlights ago. Raised with the planet with the solar system, spent decades collecting for the data for the campus, the pioneer for the extrasolar planets, and worked hard for the pudding your techniques. And this is a maze star, important skylight, nearest for the steer, singing whale songs, and extremely loud for the remote location nearby. Deteriorating condition and many for the humane, to infamy, sadly successful. We want to be really small, but now look at us. Expect your morning blow flows for the heroes in your politics and opposed to your agendas. Inside of your soul is a representation of a confident likelihood to be more and extremely vibrating for the high energy. Process is here for now. You are future basis, looking for the composition like a telescope, named for the honor of your astronomy. Recognized for the star, I am here now, proper motion. Vibrating a high pride, finding planets, inspecting decades, and busy more than a life aside of your strobing. And it's right for the mind. Imagine in my situation right now, it's getting critical from behind. Must fight these fires that I am. It seems to be an excuse for your glorification of a person doing righteous inside of a society where we adapt. Slowing down my process, and I will not stagnate or relate to that. I'm a relative to Christ's blood, and what he gives me direction. Son of Abraham, Yahweh, Hallelujah, you are Jah, Hallelujah, blessed, love, Christ consciousness. Never the bad memories that we never forget. Bring you back. Bring back. Bring back. Never the bad memories that we never forget. Bring you back. People to people, vocal, visual. Not for the obstacles, and this is not impossible. And they don't want to be responsible because they don't want to be censored. And we don't want to tell you what to say, and this is not an ethical decision. This is not your text from the apparition. This is a still visually for the most beautiful hearts I ever met. And this is not for the times and welcome and normal relationships and actions like this continue to make it possible. Everything remaining to focus. I don't want to be a part of that. This is the offering of my support, making progress, negotiations, and only for the rebelling of the growth and the representation of my people, the device, diverse, be working for the millions, different functions and the personalities and abilities to succeed. And I want to be a not for the issue, but report it. Micro, yo, behavior. We are going to keep it all up and to truly include this from the police. And for the first time in decades and centuries and more, regulatory discussion, this is not an issue, but this is a threat. Not that a threat has come from love in a cloudy space, which is more in time and focus. This is like an easy to be or really or not, but really you pooped and you're challenging, but you're not gonna hold it as an opportunity because it's coming now for the conversation is getting old. This is something I can think to find the value in. Research and the raises, the trouble, the money. These are the ethical questions, and you can find a high pack for the student, for the intelligence is a fantastic rice as a known billion things when you can find your success and being hungry and everything I can go and count out next day. I was so sacred, more than a forgetting of who I was and lost and can't get back in long time when I was moving through the past, present, future, space and time, distance. Einstein's INFJ. Logical untruth, this is analytical thinking. And I was gonna get out the next day. I thought sacred was the grandfather forgetting. I am lost, not came back and convicted as a testimony. Found some counsel, someone for the parting. I am destruction if we're looking for justice and appreciate actions. This is not competitive, but more for the manifestations. Long term, and reliability and getting left behind entire empire. This is only dealing with the dealing and accommodating the fact that you're not making the mistake. This is more for the gut and tilling and making the decision. Your brain is not one to be contained, left asleep as a robot, having problems with a lot. Yo, you worried about the president a lot, looking at the levels of the intelligence and not necessarily believing. Yo, for the air, for the water, and the elements that record yourself not clean. Maybe I won't have a meeting with somebody. Maybe I speak to the public and the mass and the part of life in the open book and you could read me. Surprise you could wrong. Pruning is essential to brain development. And you can find your ears to the different parts of your brain not being used. Frontal, this is not a network controlling you of the social network. This is not for the call for the apply to study and action. We need more robust and the launch for the jetty. Your knowledge is nothing without your actions. Don't be required to have no Wi-Fi, no wife, no study should ever show the cognitive neurological function to find these changes. It's this for the situation remains. Position, high priest, Alibaba expertise for the woman's security situation is significant and impotent. This is the technical expertise and exercise security situation. This is significant. I am impending you. I am repenting. These are the security. This is personal. It's high priority. Only in your region is an option to find yourself significant. Yes, I want to be a sustaining of the service. Yes, I don't want to be medical over the pays and the patients, and you can never be cost for the collection as you having a high bill frustrated enough. We don't belong here. How many hours must I by? Looking in different directions to different ambassadors. You're already impatient and transferring your facility from another. Not so reported for the safety of a problem. It's as uncertain as you being attempted to define yourself deceiving in your record. Configured to be a serious conversation about the stagnance of change, real change, and is now only constant, intended to follow the direction of your commitment. It's certainly an exact point for the same policy. You can only find evidence for the practice is not something of regular occurrence and going to have to see this is I'm sorry, or for the normal relationships could be outlawed and without action, thinking this is the way that you can find the consequences unless it is assists with the concluding that you can get away with this and striking for the action as senior. I am now want to be part of my diligence, and I was silent yesterday, but today I can speak words of the ending of the indications of this will be used, what's happening. Maybe samples will make more better methods and seeing progress in the confirmation of those diagnostics and evaluations for the teachers and recognize themselves to be having a prevalent estimate for the variations of product for the dimensions is only Not for the obstacles, and this is not impossible. And they don't want to be responsible because they don't want to be censored. We don't want to tell you what to say, and this is not an ethical decision. This is not your text from the average, and this is a still visually for the most beautiful hearts I ever met. And this is not for the times and welcome and normal relationships and actions like this continue to make it possible.
Never the bad memories that we never forget.
Bring back. Bring back. Never the bad memories that we never forget. Bring you back. People to be more vocal and visual. How you feel and what's going on. Address it, need more to be vocal about how they feel and what's going on. In America, you can find absolutely mortified when they found the fact that, well, they did not even tell me they were going to actually these authorities define your permission not to notify the parents or a parental responsibility for the proceedings. And what you consider potential harm to. And whether making the decisions without authorization, you can be an author of these alliterations or interpretations, but this will not be modified for the consideration of your making. For the environment was never be able, be God of. At the end of the day, based on the evidence, and you can find yourself prosecuted for the plea, guaranteeing something higher than the vibration that could come get you as an outcome. My spirit, I want him to take for the reason to find I know everything went me. Look inside you and vicious and don't want to be violent. I changed my mind, obviously. But don't want to come from the things without the love, and the grace, and the glory, and the mercy, the spirit whatever fluent me into the end of the world for the good of the innocent people in forever. Ultimately, safety of my people, including the military, and the engagement. The administration of everybody would defend both parties, and I care for everybody above to satisfy and answer, but how possibly could it ever occur for the crowd's presence, knowledge, or direction? Absence, raised by a decision. I know, it's time to pack up and the role you've been playing for the previous. I ain't being supported with happy in conflict right now. Suffering no longer too much more. What to be the uncertainty of conflict, because this is what I find. Project. It's a legislation important enough to find pertinent. The country's slow process for going up. Imagine throwing away.
Bring back. Never the bad memories that we never forget. Bring you back. Bring back. Never the bad memories that we never forget. Bring you back. People to be more vocal and visual. How you feel and what's going on. Address it, need more to be vocal about how they feel and what's going on. In America, you can find absolutely mortified when you found the fact that, well, they not even telling they were going to actually act. For the authorities to find your permission not to notify the parents or a parental responsibility for the proceedings you want. You consider potential harm to.
Never the bad memories that we never forget. Bring you back. People to be more vocal, visual. How you feel and what's going on. Address it, need more to be vocal. Bring you back. Never the bad memories that we never forget. Bring you back. The bad memories that we never forget. Bring you back. People to be vocal, visual. How you feel and what's going on. Address it, need more to be vocal about how they feel and what's going on. In America, you can find absolutely mortified when they found the fact that, well, they did not even tell me they were going to actually act. Well, these authorities define your permission not to notify the parents or a parental responsibility for the proceedings and what you consider potential harm to. And with making the decisions without authorization, you can be an author of these alliterations or interpretations, but this will not be modified for the consideration of your making. For the environment was never be able, be God of. At the end of the day, based on the evidence, and you can find yourself prosecuted for the plea, guaranteeing something higher than the vibration that could come get you as an outcome. My spirit, I want him to take for the reason to find I know everything. This is not want to be violent. I changed my mind. I don't want to come from the place of love and for the grace and mercy and spirit, whatever fluent to the world of the innocent people in the world. Ultimately, say to God, my people, including the military, and the engagement. The administration of everybody would defend both parties, and I care for everybody who does satisfy and answer, but how possibly could it ever occur for the crowd's presence, absence, raised by a decision. I know, it's time to pack up and the road you've been playing for the previous. I ain't being supported better, perhaps lost is where for you're devouring and actually looking into the ways for the beat. Pushing the envelope with this flowing my goals. Songs is the works of everything, and you can find the industry working focus on everything with physical growth, but not the spirit. And it's not there, it's not judging the control. And only the kind of rose, and I want to not be a robot, diversified. I come for the God, for the ability, bringing into the alpha, omega. There's still long ways to go for the infinite and the information that's sparking. And I want to be more than the Venus and Mercury. Close to the sun is high, and I am highly, only high, Jah, right? Yes, the far I want to be a synchronistic number, and it's falling for the eye, and it's require enough to bring a vote. I don't want to be sovereign, I am
Crazy when we go into gas
create collateral damage and these
Crazy when we
expand
go into
oaks
gas.
needs for the private
Crazy when we
sector.
go crazy
Fact
when we
and
go into
outlaw
gas
forgets
cabins.
to
They
continuously
open every
times
product.
turn of business and people use transit through the community and the connection. Everything I don't step to the ultimate to be good and everything going through the pivots and changes. It's gonna be pain and not right now. We're in the middle of the grinding, and that's what everything from form the platforms and extended to every part of life and creating superpowers within mind. Communication is something in the old world. You can get it to divide down these powerful the platforms and allow you to communicate. Realization is created. I think responsibility to the platform builders and responsibility to the content. And this is something you should keep yourself in the conversation to these public private bars. Thinking it's relatively uncomfortable. It's not okay that it's not okay, uncomfortable for the times. We gotta figure out how to change this right now as we go. I'm not getting the feedback that I need for the understanding, and these are not mistakes, and especially for the pretending against race. Things got to change more for the disclosure. Ultimately, help better places, society, greener pastures, thinking hypothesis, paths for the building of this is the good and bad. We are responsible for what they do in the platform. We didn't want to be responsible because we didn't want to be the censored. We don't want to tell you what to say. It's an ethical decision because it's normal, not for the outlaws.
Pushing the courts right up against the limits of what they're doing. The proposal was a way to push back, not looking at the transplant recipients and have the result in massive parasitic managers that often lead to severe depression and systemic with the potential to harm behaviors. It's not because charges still being waiting for the investigations and without significant damage to the development. I'm gonna tell we only got know how to find the time to your love through influence in the pay without no issue with traditional investment, real remedy you find in your profession. An atmosphere which is congressional, having to become the generation of certainty when everything becomes continued. Do you not as if in is careful? There's no ribbon cutting ceremony with the fixed pipe. That's what typically invest in bridge. Ways to limit the core on the showcase. The danger for the pipes is real. These are acceptable for the network of the rain. These are acceptable to you. The hearing abilities have potential bias for the need for the greater transparency for the guardian analysis of which I am. We never came out transparent. After the memo, big heart, big love to be able to keep them court rules properly with no problem. Everything in the end of it is solved. This is having the right people to
crazy when we go into gas cabin. On a daily basis, we open every product, every piece of makeup, and every item with a face wash. Check the cap and you clean it so it's like it's. I'm done reading for the shopping. It's the foundation, you wipe everything perfectly clean. Saw yourself with the porthole of a boat next door and finally met. Gene editor between matter, important, and medium. The science and ethics and bottom line, which is